Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Grand Joe Show. Today we're playing the Monster Side. It's like a free game off of Steam actually, but I thought it looked really cool, so I wanted to check it out. So let's see how this goes. It's free. Like I already said. The Monster Side by blah 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 blah. Okay. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I'd had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw, but just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. Sorry, it's burpy. Mostly because I love this look. We all know I love this look. There was another notice on the door from Major Vinetti's office. Permits out of date, they didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow weeks since I'd had any real case to work on, so I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bed sheet. I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see, afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. The girl came in so quietly I nearly choked on my cigarette. Girl, mister, please. You gotta help me, mister. Huh. It's strange that there's not like really any model. This is like just strictly, feels like strictly like a visual novel. Let's see, calm down now, sit and talk slow. Yeah, what can I help you with? I'm gonna say, yeah, what can I help you with? Please, no one else will listen to me. Go on. She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased him with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers, the infamous baker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, Jesus Christ, we all know I can't say that, philandering bastard. But this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned with the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Lily, you don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He gotta be in trouble. Okay, I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Well, Mr. Jack. You can call me Jack. Of course, his name's Jack. Jack, whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me. He promised me. Yeah, right. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me and they want to bring him in on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they are in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets, probably why they hadn't found much yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. You've got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't worry. Let's just say that one. Don't worry now. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you. But please, be careful. I don't think this was just any murderer or kidnapper. I think it was a beast. Uh-oh. Beast. I just wish, like, the backgrounds would change. You know what I'm saying? Like, if, like, it would, like, just change somehow in some way. Like, maybe lighting changes or, like, different effects to the camera. Something. Because it's just, like, it's not interesting to look at. The word struck me funny. Like, when you draw your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough. Alright, they just gotta got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges, but I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years. But when I was still caught myself, okay, well, that's definitely an interesting theory. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. Sure, can't see how busy I am with. Can't you see how busy I am with cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her that some more. Whew, this is a lot of words. Okay, I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I didn't know she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. Alright, finally get something. That night, I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops missed. Nap chapter. Okay, cool. The scene was already picked clean by cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding things otherwise overlooked. I just like this, like, very ominous, like, drawing in the middle of the road. Okay. See, I like this. I just wish there was more of this. Like, more, like, this kind of thing. A knack, more of a symptom of a condition, other, less useful symptoms I kept in check. But for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. A scent of less of a thing and more of an emotion. What? Seduction, okay. I don't know what dead body, how dead body be seductive, but okay. A strangely familiar smell. I expected the scent of trepidation or maybe even outright fear, but Miss Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure. Oh, she's a woman, of course. She'd have the smell of seduction. She's a woman of pleasure when she left the world. Of course. Brought new meaning to the crime of passion. Pushing the thought of from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Oh, I can actually investigate the scene. A bird mark on the nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length, felt the chill down my spine. This wasn't any bird mark. This was a mark of an ancient... What? Ancient magic. It's doubtful... How does he just know this offhand? It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could they really have been right? Something unnatural was at play here? How would he know? Is he like a supernatural detective? But I was no stranger to the strange. Okay. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear 200,000 pairs of carquinos. It looked like Mr. Parks was with here that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given a ball it was hiding from me. So I trudged back to my apartment and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. The next morning, I was reeling from another... God, it's hurt my throat for me so much. I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door. Oh god, we're gonna sit in this room for another hour. Unlocked the door, ripped down another notice from Mayor's office. This is like the X-Files. I monitored her for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask. So, what did you find? Well, I've got some good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. I probably shouldn't have given her false hope like that, but she seemed like she needed something to hold on to right then. She didn't need to know about the mark on the tree. How did you know that? Where is he? Found his footprint. Seems like he got out safely. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed the bottle from the the desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. But you don't know where he went? Do you think the news this morning is related? What's the news, ma'am? Have you heard? Okay, nope. Rough night followed by a rough morning. They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They said it happened last night. Let me guess, Chief Amato is missing too? My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicion, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. He was half the reason I left the force, but now his wife was dead and he had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the spitting pain in my temples. I told Lily I needed time to think about time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. My mouth is getting dry from this. Okay. Ugh. Alright. That night, after the cops had cleared out the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Miss Amano's untimely demise. Next. I just like this giant, like, very giant, drawn out chalk thing. Okay. The cold air smells strongly of salt and oil. Cool. Sweet. Could it be? That smell again, like something had bottled pure aroused and you. Oh, so is he like a werewolf? Whoever did this, I don't know. And used it as perfume. Hit me like a long forgotten memory, but the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I know exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. Looked down at it, hands shaking, the nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now, reformed. What's going on? I had to focus, no jumping to conclusions, follow the evidence. Okay. Oh, there you go. Red Phoenix cigarettes, same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. Just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in the splinter of a board. The police report didn't say anything about Miss Amino wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lighted it up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking over and over, the wish seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. Cool. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently, I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered in my clothes. It was still dark. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? Newspaper was sitting under the door. Am I the one who did it? A newspaper was sitting under the door as I stood to fetch it. I nearly fell over. Waves of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my exposure. Before I even picked up the new paper, I could already read the headline. Breaking. Mayor missing, wife found dead. 2 cases is a coincidence, 3 is a pattern. The cops would come and ask you questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed that back 3 days worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I don't know what he's freaking out about. Okay, I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. I've just been busy. I'm off to Miss Vinette's crime scene. Okay, we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but that would be a lie. Uh-oh. The music's getting all scary, guys. Dun dun dun. Okay. The alley was locked just behind the high-rise apartments where Major Veneta and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the rest. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. Why wouldn't they at least look at the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wanted to do their dirty work. But I know where to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually means someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot, shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Venena was crooked, but this was unbelievable. And there was more. Letters between Major Venena and Chief Amato talking about me. How they were trying to get me to shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. Venetta's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left it in his car? It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched around for anything that might assuage my fear, I caught the scent again. It overwhelmed my other senses in undulating pleasure. With undulating pleasure, it was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak-willed. A weapon I knew all too well, though it had been many years since I had used it. Is it drugs? Was there another like me, or was I being framed? It wasn't possible, was it? I was taking my inhibitors, I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memories, lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back to the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch, though. My watch. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I dropped it when I first came to the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used a wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Unless someone just stole it. Like it's just like Lily planting shit. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute to knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it all together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone to simply face my own reflection. Is he like literally a monster? But Lily was still there waiting for me. But Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. My own boat ghost came back to haunt me from the past. But what is he talking about? You're not making any sense, Jack. Come sit down. You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I'm a werewolf. No, he didn't say that. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to shove her out of the door. I know she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. It was her! She did the whole thing. Odd that I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place at the time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. My chair caught my fall. My knees failed me. It was you! You are the monster succubus. Lily, oh Jack, we are one and the same, you and I, both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. Oh wait, is he an incubus? There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress their true natures. You have... see, he's an incubus! I had to like that he's an incubus. Like, he also like seducted people to death. Those men were probably dead too now, I figured. She probably took them to her lair, harvested their seed. So you've done all this just to wake me up? You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means these on you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch, messed with my head. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone, and now they are gone. I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. If I refused her, she would attack me. I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I've never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Oh, please. She's like, oh, please. It's 2017. You can do whatever you want. Oh, please. Such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasure of the flesh. But I do still need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and plant it among the fertile masses for me. What? I'm tired of draining my leverage just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. Oh god! Oh no! That maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking at my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a quick flick of mirrors, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection, and it sucked to the peripheral, with a painful monster scream trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk drawer, aimed it at the mirror. I didn't realize you could trap succubus in mirrors. Sorry, my nose is all like stuffed. And fired. So I was reading the reviews and they were like, oh, it wasn't a great ending. I thought that was fine. A fine ending. I didn't think that was a bad ending. I liked it. I thought it was good. I just think it needed more variety for the backgrounds, mostly. Like it just needed more. Like at the end when like she took off the drape off the mirror, it needed more of that kind of stuff to keep it interesting. Because it just wasn't visually, like, it didn't keep me visually. But other than that, like I liked the story. I didn't think the ending was bad. People complain about that. I don't know why. So yeah, play it yourself. Go to Monster Inside for your off of Steam or itch.io. Yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Hello guys, if you like this video, please consider checking out my game Vacant. It's free right now off of itch.io in early access. I would really love to hear you guys' feedback and comments and all that jazz. The link will be in the description if you want to see more.